Hi, I'm here today with a special guest, Casey Crawford. Casey is our co-founder and CEO of Movement Mortgage. So I'm very thankful and grateful for you joining me here today. Casey, thank you. I wanted to start off by asking you, what was your motivation for starting Movement Mortgage?
I'm smiling because I'm on camera with Lois Kenny, one of my very favorite people in all of Moving Mortgage. And Lois and Mike, gosh, how many years has it been now?
Uh, 13, a little over 13.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's got to be 13 or 14 because you guys were like right in the beginning when we started this thing. We made the really wise decision, like so smart, to be in Virginia Beach and go. You know what? Let's open a California office, and then we'll be country wide. Like, oh, you guys have put up with a bunch, man. That's one of those, yeah, those lessons learned. I coach people on now, like, hey, but man, we made it work, and you guys have been amazing teammates for these last 13 years. Love you and Mike and just all the incredible work we've done together over in Riverside. Thanks for having me on. This is super fun. Excited to share with you and recount some of these fun stories and share a little about who we are and where we're going. So where are we starting? You asked a really good questions. Where do you want to start?
Well, I know you, I didn't mention, but a lot of people know you have a Super Bowl ring. And so, how did
Yes.
you go from, pro athlete and winning the Super Bowl and then being on that stage as a young man and saying, where do I go from here?
Transitioning into mortgages. Yeah. My oldest daughter, who's 18, and as 18-year-olds do, enjoys making fun of me. And she's, Daddy, why does everybody always say former Super Bowl champion? She said, Daddy, you weren't even a very good football player. And you and like she's right. So I laugh at it. But that yes, in a former life, played football for a few years to support the family and love that. But my body wasn't built for us. Somehow got beat up and broken up a lot in the process. And so after 3 years, Michelle, who you know, my wife, had graduated law school, and we just got to be in Southern California. I was on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We got to beat the Oakland Raiders in the Super Bowl, and I played absolutely no significant role in bringing value to that team that season, and I was always a person I think that wanted to bring value, to any team that I was on, and just kind of believe I think that God made each of us very intentionally and with a purpose and a role to play in the world to impact it in a meaningful way, and I just wasn't super excited about impacting the world as a fourth string tight end. As much fun as it was to be on the right team to get the Super Bowl, I was going, what else? What else could I do? What else could I do in this world to hopefully bring some unique value and impact it in a way that wasn't being impacted currently? And I got into real estate while I was playing. I was running a hard money lending company, kind of in the off season while I was playing. My wife was going to law school. I was running a hard money business, and in '07 and start a little joint venture with National City along the way there between '03 when I retired from football and in '07 when we started Movement. And I met a guy that's near and dear to both of us named Toby Harris, who was running joint ventures for all of National City on the East Coast. And Toby's still one of my dearest friends. Yeah, he's just an amazing man, amazing mentor, incredible business guy. And I saw Toby, running all these joint ventures for real estate companies. And he showed me a system called buy referral only, where it's all about kind of bringing value to your friends and family sphere of influence and just growing a really great mortgage business. But in '07, he called me and said, partner, I love you. I've been through this before. So it's going to get worse before it gets better. And I think you need to leave National City and you need to get start your own mortgage bank. I think you'll do really well with it. And I kind of laughed. So, what do you mean, Tobe? You're my partner. You've taught me everything I know, and then some about mortgages. And he said, well, I need to take care of the branch that I have here and all these joint ventures. But I think now is an incredible time. And then some of you guys have heard me tell the story. I listened to a CD of Bill Dallas, was a mortgage coach with Dave Savage. He was interviewing Bill Dallas, and Bill Dallas said, the biggest opportunity in the history of mortgage banking is right on the other side of this crisis. And I got to revisit a little bit of that with Dave a few months back and Bill on stage together. And both of them agreed that they said they think the next greatest opportunity is on the other side of this crisis. So the biggest opportunity our industry has seen since that rebirth of our industry in '07, '08 is right on the other side of this crisis. And I totally agree. I think the winners on the other side of this crisis are going to have unprecedented opportunity. But all that said, Lois, that was still just a business opportunity, right? We saw there was a business opportunity. We thought, hey, with all these mortgage guys going, leaving the industry, surely someone has to step in here and keep serving realtors, keep serving homeowners, keep serving builders. And we think there's some opportunity, but didn't meet kind of my third criteria of like, man, how is it that I'm going to make a unique impact? Because surely lots of folks are going to come in and want to do mortgages. There's nothing super unique about that. And that's when I've always been a kind of a person of faith, and really spent a lot of time kind of praying and thinking through this. And I really felt God was leading me to build a company that offered an alternative. I have a lot of friends. We're in Charlotte, North Carolina, and they call Charlotte the first city built on banking. And we got Bank of America, and we had Wachovia's headquarters, Wells Fargo's East Coast headquarters, Ally Bank, BB&T, now Truist, all headquartered here. And I know a lot of great folks that work for those institutions, but man, a lot of them were just looking for so much more in life, like so much more fulfillment in life, and so much more to a passion and a mission, a purpose for the organization than to just providing loans. Mm-hmm. And wouldn't it be neat if we could build a community that was known for loving and valuing people, and for creating a team, man, that we love to all be a part of, that our lives were richer because we were a part of, where we built deep, meaningful relationships, and we committed to work that was bigger than just the product that we delivered. You know, because I think in pretty much every city in America, if somebody wants a home loan, they can find a salesperson to serve them. They really can. There's a lot of great companies out there that do a good job delivering loans. There are very few organizations, I think, that are really working hard to love and value the employees that they work with, and to love and pour back into the communities that they're a part of in meaningful, transformational ways. And so we had this big idea, like, let's do that. Let's like start a new kind of company that really seeks to love and value employees, and takes our profits and reinvests them back in the community to transform the lives of some folks who might not right now be even on a track to enjoy the benefits of home ownership. So we had 4 team members. I hired some people from outside the industry, because no one inside the industry would give us the time of day. It took us a couple of years to build the credibility and courage to come talk to folks like the Kennys. And we began with like a really big vision, a really small committed team that was maybe too young to know better. And then I had Toby, this incredible partner who had enough wisdom to know better, but he's just one of those people that just believes in you and sees more in you than you sometimes see in yourself, and will call you to those places and encourage you towards those places in life. And we began. So we began in 2007 with a vision to think about building a new kind of company, love and value people, and a big vision with very little resources. and like a few others in the industry, it's been an amazing 16, 17-year journey now at this point in movement. We are more excited today about where we're going than I think I've ever been in company history.
Yeah, I've always loved the passion, between you and Toby. It just seems like it just keeps getting better. It's a rough time of the year of the industry to start in 2008 to start a business. That's when everybody knew about the implodometers. Where
the implodometer, yes, yeah,
going out of the business at that time, and here you guys are getting in, and they thought we were a little crazy too, joining a smaller company. But then Mike and I have just so happy that we made that decision. So you talked a little bit about it. You're always really, really passionate. I was just wondering what keeps you so motivated to keep going and keep making the company better and better, and where do you get all these ideas from?
It's a great question. I think it's one, a lot of folks this year, just to date us a little bit, this is 2024. So we're still in the middle of one of the biggest contractions in the history of the mortgage market. Yeah. And the last, call it, 18 months has been one where a lot of folks in our industry have really questioned that motivation. And a lot of them, we went from 185,000 originators, down to less than 90, right? So our industry was cut in half from sales folks. So a lot of them questioned that motivation and determined, this, for whatever reason, is not the industry for me. Right. And I think this time of adversity, it's always clarifying, right? It's always clarifying to go through adversity. You learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about what you need and what you don't need. Things you thought you couldn't live without, and then you do, and it's a healthy process. It's a hard process. It's not a fun process, but it's a healthy process to kind of walk through. I think at a time like this of adversity. And for me, there's a lot of self-reflection of the, why am I in this? Why are we doing this? Is it still important? Like with all, is it worth the lift? Is it worth the lift to come in every day and do the hard work that needs to be done? Is this vision worth it? And Lois, I mean, on the worst day, and there've been some bad ones. There've been some bad ones last 2 years. On my worst day, I don't think that thought has been able to take up more than a couple seconds, because I'm looking at a face like yours, or I'm seeing, just any of our gosh, 5,000 teammates, and our people are worth it. Our people are worth it. The relationships we have are worth it. The vision and mission that we have is worth it. If we were just doing mortgages, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it'd be worth it. But the transformation I get to see in lives each and every day for people that are a part of this community, and the transformation in lives and communities that I've gotten to witness because of the love and care and generosity of people in this community,
Mhm.
it's worth it. You were with us down in President's Club when we went down and got to
Yeah.
remodel the entire school down there together. Just one day, got to remodel school. We got to meet some amazing kiddos with so much hope in their lives, but with some really tough circumstances that they lived in, some really, really tough circumstances that they live in. And man, getting to pour a little bit of hope into their lives, getting to say you're loved, you're seen, you're cared about, you got people around the world thinking about you. Um, those kind of experiences, and that the richness of a life that is centered around pouring your life out for the benefit of others is just priceless, and it's worth it. It's worth the adversity. And so, for me, the thing that keeps me motivated is that unique opportunity that we have to pour into lives. The thing that excites me about movement, when we, retain our servicing or roll out a, new incredible CRM like more, or do any of the things that we are doing, it's that we get to invite more folks into the community, and we get to more lives we potentially get to impact, more hopefully transformation that we get to have together. And my life gets richer when we invite great people into the community. I get the benefit of being in relationship with more folks, learning from them, growing with them, watching how they're like uniquely wired and called and gifted to pour out their lives and talent into the world around them. And then collectively we get to make a lot bigger impact. We built hundreds of Hope Centers now in Central America. I know you and Mike have been on some of those trips. Like our whole lead team's going on another trip in August. We've built 4 schools now. We have 6 under construction. Title One, completely tuition-free public charter schools for kids in our community that are born into the most difficult, impoverished areas in some of our cities. And those kids are having 200 and 300% better academic results. The trajectory of their lives has changed because of the work that people in this community do. So when I wake up and go, man, it's hard. It's hard. If it was just about doing one more loan, ticking one more box off, a market share number, I don't know that it'd be worth it. I really don't. I mean, I got a lot of ways I can spend my life. I love my kiddos, got great, great wife, great kids. I don't know that it's worth it just for pins and awards. We think about the homeowners we get to serve. We think about the loan officers we get to wake up and go to work for, with the incredible operations teammates that we have.
Yeah.
Um, that privilege of getting to go to work with folks of just this caliber, this quality, and collectively lock our arms to build a new kind of community that really pours itself out to make a difference in the lives of others is worth it to me. And it keeps me motivated, keeps me excited. And honestly, I pinch myself and just feel so privileged. I just feel so overwhelmingly privileged to get to be a part of this community. And the fact that folks like you invest your lives alongside of me, I get, gosh, man, it's just the most unbelievably lucky feeling in the world, to see 5,000 other men and women willing to invest their lives alongside you, a purpose bigger than any of us.
It's a big vision. I mean, and you've done a lot to make it come alive. So that's testament to you that you're able to not just have that vision, but to be able to share it and bring people along with you. You mentioned a little bit about the impact lending. You want to speak a little bit about that? Like, what does that mean and how
Yeah,
it came about?
yeah. Thank you. That's great. So I kind of mentioned that our vision was said another way. I think we said, when we set out to start the company, how do you build the company you always want to be a part of? You always want to, because Toby would tell me, he goes, partner, the problem with starting your own company. I said, what's that, Toby? It seems great, man. We get to do what we want. He goes, yeah, you get to do what you want. And you're responsible for all the results. Good or bad, like good or bad, right? You're responsible. You're responsible. You start the thing, you are responsible. You're the leader, you are responsible. And that is the blessing and the burden of leadership, right? You are responsible.
Mhm.
Uh, and as we start this thing though, you ask why, you kind of check, why did I do this? What do I want to be responsible for? And the vision was never that, oh gosh, let's build this great community and just keep it all to ourselves, right? Let's wouldn't that be neat to build something and keep it all? No, we wanted, like, actually, I wanted to hopefully start to transform the way people thought about what corporate culture can be. What it can, like, what the purpose of a bank can be, what the purpose of a mortgage company can be. And it doesn't just have to be purely, profit. It can be about a lot more than that. We can do so much more than just focus on profit. And so we always want to see that concept expanded upon. And we've borrowed so much from so many others. I don't mean to in any way insinuate these are unique ideas to us. And so as we thought about this a year or two ago, wouldn't it be neat to start to lend this concept of being an impact lender uh, way outside of our footprint, and bring, I think, to life the idea that we believe that I think some of the finest people I know are in banking in America. They are some of the finest people I know are in mortgages in America,
Mhm.
and unfortunately, America has a really dim view of our industry and the folks that are in it.
Yeah.
And I think we need to change that. I think it's very important as American citizens they have confidence in the banking system, that they have confidence in the men and women that run that banking system, knowing that they will be treated fairly, they'll be treated well, that they have an advocate actually sitting in the banking system, not someone that's looking for a gotcha to hold you down, but actually someone who's looking to deploy capital to help you realize the dreams that you have.
Mhm.
And we've lost that, I think, a bit in America. And so what we said is, like, let's actually reframe a category of impact lenders that are committed to pouring out a significant portion of their profits back into the communities that they serve, to maybe to love and serve and pour into parts of the population that right now aren't even on a track to be banked, so that these communities can transform, so that we have richer, stronger communities overall, and we can start to tell a better story in America of who banks are and what they are about. And so we say, hey, we're going to go first. We will commit. We commit over 50% of our profits into our foundation, and we have, had three other companies now that are also signed up to be impact lenders, committing over 10% of their profits back to be poured back out into communities across America. We'll work with my old buddy Bill Dallas, who got me into all this, with Dave Savage on a podcast, and we've identified some great not-for-profits that are going to help inspire first-time home ownership. We have a great initiative called Grab the Key that really inspires Black home ownership across America.
Yep.
And we want to see those right now who aren't on track to become homeowners get in the home ownership game, so they can build equity, so they can build wealth and truly take hold of the American dream. So lenders can choose to commit their resources to any not-for-profits that they're passionate about, that resonate with them, their organization. We're actually curating two or three also, if lenders said, hey, I'd love some guidance on where to give, so that we as an industry can collectively pour into some not-for-profits that are doing really, really meaningful work to re-inspire the hope, the dream, and the expectation, I think, of Americans that they can and should become homeowners and really take hold of that American dream, build wealth through home ownership.
Yeah, that's another really important part of movement, is the diversity lending that we have to help other people who are not as likely to buy a home, to help them to get in and start building their generational wealth. So awesome. Yeah. So
It is awesome.
what more do we have to look forward to in the future here at
Well,
Movement?
oh
What are you working
gosh,
on?
what more?
What's your new stuff that you're, you got any other new?
We do. I mean, I think. Look, I think right now this industry has clarified the players and the pretenders, and I think it's washed out most of the folks who are pretending. And I think if you're still in the industry right now, if you're listening to this, post 2024, you're committed. You're a player. And so congratulations. You've made it through the hardest time. I think most people are kind of finding their footing, getting stable, and thinking through how they're really going to grow in this next phase and season with much of the noise of the industry wiped out. And that's a good thing. I don't think I think that's a really good thing for those true professionals who are committed to a career in this space. And so movement at a macro level, as one of the leading companies in this space, is really committed over the next decade to expanding the impact that we have in the lives of our borrowers and our teammates and the communities that we are a part of. And I think we have a cleaner runway to do that with less players involved. And I think you're going to start to kind of see out there the differences in companies and organizations. Who's purpose driven and who's not, and what does that look like across organizations? I think we have one of the most exciting technology teams now in the
Yeah.
in the industry working with us, and man, we are watching them build some of the most transformative technology for our loan officers that I've ever seen. I mean, we were the first company in the U.S. to roll out Blend. Obviously, doing a digital app, we did more digital apps than anybody in the nation the first year we had them, and that was a great evolution like 8 years ago. Today, I think we have another evolution with our CRM and LOS system that is getting rolled out that's going to transform our loan officers' ability to serve their clients and their realtors at scale. I'm incredibly excited about that. I love our customers for life, that we never have to lose touch with our customers. We get to retain those customers for life to our loan officers, help them take advantage of more financial service products to make their lives easier, to help them have more success. And I think hopefully have a bigger platform to start to not only serve those in America who are ready and prepared to become homeowners, but also begin to expand that to the edges, those folks who might actually be financially prepared, might just not emotionally or psychologically understand and be ready to kind of take that risky step of applying for a loan, because it can be scary. I think we can start to inspire hope that there are friends in the industry that would love to partner with you and make your dream of homeownership a reality. I think we're going to do that in new, bigger, and better ways. And finally, I think we're going to take our profits and continue to pour them out into communities in transformational ways. I said we got 6 Title I charter schools. We've committed to really transforming, I think, the public charter school movement in the Southeast, and opening, schools every year in southeastern cities right now to really transform the opportunity for kids born into poverty, that they'll actually have some school choice. And I think I'm a free market guy. I think competition is a good thing for markets, to give people choice. And we're really excited to expand the options that kids born into poverty are going to have for education, and to give them a better option that leads to better outcomes for them. I think we're going to do that a lot more robustly here in the next decade to come. And I think mostly I'm just excited to continue to do life and invite more incredible folks into this community, and love and serve the ones that are been a part of it for a decade or more. I think some of the richness of this journey is just, man, getting to celebrate and getting to look back over 10, 12, 13, 15 years with some teammates. It's just the amazing, almost miraculous work that we've seen done, and a lot of stories of transformation that we've seen play out. So that's been a huge privilege, and I'm looking forward to a lot more of it in the decade to come.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you sitting down with me today,
Always.
and I'm looking forward to what's coming for the future. I know it's going to be fun.
Me too. Love you, Lois. Give Big Mike a hug for me.
Love you too.
See ya.